Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another meal prep video. So in this meal prep, I was going to have two brand new recipes. However, the cilantro lime dressing recipe, I ended up not having the ingredients that I needed. It takes olive oil or avocado oil, and apparently I ran out and did not realize it. So there is only going to be one brand new recipe, which is going to be the vanilla cupcake recipe, which I will still do a how did it taste video on that recipe there. And then I just want to let you guys know that I meal prep because it saves time, it saves money, it saves us from making bad choices. And I hope that this video inspires and motivates you guys to do the same for yourself and your family. But for now, let's jump right into the kitchen and let's get to cooking. Just like every week, I'm going to start with boiled eggs. I make boiled eggs almost every single week, and I cook them in my Instant Pot. I just put 1 cup of water in my Instant Pot, then I just press the egg button. I let those cook for 4 minutes because I did a dozen. Depending on how many eggs I cook, sometimes I cook them between 3 and 4 minutes. If it's not as many eggs, I only do 3 minutes. But then after they're finished, I just throw them in an ice bath for around 5 minutes. And then I like to take the shells off of the eggs so that way it is easy for my family to grab and go. My son likes to grab just a bag of boiled eggs and eat them in the morning before work. And then I also have a recipe, Scotch eggs. I've made them many times on my channel, but they're a family favorite. So those 2 bags of boiled eggs will be for my son to just grab and go to work. Then the Scotch eggs are so easy, you guys, and delicious. I just take that 1 pound of sausage. I throw a little bit of pepper in there, a little bit of garlic powder, and then I just go in with my hands. I mix it up really well. And I usually just kind of guess as far as how much sausage I use to wrap the boiled eggs. I use 6 boiled eggs, so I get 6 Scotch eggs out of this. But I had somebody ask, how in the world did you get 6 Scotch eggs out of that 1 pound of sausage? Because I guess they only got 4. So you could literally like put your sausage into a log like that and just cut it into equal increments if you're having a hard time kind of eyeballing the sausage as to how much sausage to use for the eggs. But again, you guys, this recipe is ridiculously easy and it is a family favorite. Everybody loves this recipe. And then I did preheat my oven to 425 degrees. But while that preheated, I went ahead and got some bacon ready as well, so that way I could just cook the bacon and the Scotch eggs in the oven at the same time. That's kind of the key to setting yourself up for success to meal prepping, is definitely learn how to multitask. Again, 425 for the oven, just throwing the Scotch eggs in the oven as well as the bacon, let those cook together. And while those cook, we are going to prepare some scrambled eggs with some bacon. So just throw as many eggs as you are going to need for your family in that bowl. And then we are going to throw a little bit of heavy whipping cream. You can throw 1/4 to maybe 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream, and that just makes the eggs nice and fluffy. We're going to throw some black pepper in there and some salt in there. And then I just used a fork and I just really gave those a nice whisk until everything was mixed. And then in a skillet, I had some butter that was getting nice and sizzly in there. And then I just threw the egg mixture right there in that pan. And the key to the best scrambled eggs is stir, 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 in my opinion. And I just used some bacon that I had in the fridge that I cooked during the week, and I didn't want to go to waste. So that is bacon left over from during the week, which worked out perfectly. And that makes for a nice breakfast to take to work with you, and it reheats well. Next up, I'm just going to make some buffalo chicken salad. Another easy thing to make for lunches, and then we just throw this on celery sticks, and you could even have it for a snack if you wanted to. But I just throw the chicken in there, smash the chicken up, and then I do throw a little bit of ranch dressing in there. as well as buffalo sauce. I throw in there a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, some pepper, and some salt. And give that a good mix, and that is a nice protein power-packed lunch, and it is delicious. Then this week I'm also going to prepare some sausages. So both those kinds of sausages are from Costco. The ones that are more like hot dogs are the Teton sausages, and then the other ones, I don't remember the name of them, but they're from Costco as well. But I just throw them on that pan that I lined with aluminum foil. Then sometimes I grill them out on the grill, and then other times I just throw them in the oven. This time I just preheated my oven to 425, and I cooked them until they were a little bit golden brown on the top. I think it was around like 20 minutes. And this is perfect for lunches, for kids to snack on, dinners. Then I also decided that I was going to prepare some boneless, skinless chicken thighs this week as well, and I'm just going to throw them in my electric skillet. I love that thing. I threw some garlic salt on there, and I just literally made it that easy. That's the only seasoning I put on there, and let those cook. I just let them brown on both sides, and those things are so good. And chicken thighs, boneless, skinless chicken thighs, reheat so well. And this I am going to make kind of like fried potatoes, fried cheesy potatoes, but it's radishes. But I take all 3 of these bags of radishes, I throw them in a bowl of water, and I do throw a little bit of vinegar in there because I feel like that helps kill the bacteria and just help clean the vegetable. But if you guys didn't know, radishes really do kind of take on the flavor of potatoes. So if you're missing potatoes on keto, just give it a try. I mean, it's not going to be exactly like potatoes, but it definitely is probably the closest thing that I have personally found if you're looking for that, kind of fried potato cheesy taste. But I just cut the radishes into small pieces, threw them in some grass-fed butter, and again, we are just going to fry those up. I did season them with some salt and pepper. And then I just stirred them frequently I cooked them like you would cook fried potatoes. And that is what they look like before I threw the cheese on there. And then I did throw some cheddar cheese on there, and cheese makes everything better, so I was pretty generous with the cheese. And I just let all that cheese melt down, and that is so good. We actually ate that with the boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And again, just so good. If you guys haven't tried it, definitely give it a try. Next up, I'm just going to make like a ground beef, broccoli, and cauliflower rice stir fry. So I cooked up the ground beef and drained it. Then I threw some sesame oil in there for flavoring, as well as some liquid aminos, which is basically soy sauce minus the soy. And this stir fry is so good and so healthy. I threw in there some broccoli. That is broccoli that I got at Costco. It's the steamable bag. And the same thing with the cauliflower rice. It's the steamable bags that you can get at Costco. I did throw in there a little bit of salt, but I didn't go overboard with the salt because the liquid aminos has salt in there. I threw in there some pepper. And then I just gave that a stir, and that is a very delicious, extremely quick meal that is super healthy, and my entire family enjoys this recipe right here. I really like to find recipes that are easy to heat up to take to work with this. But I'm also going to take some more boneless, skinless chicken thighs with some peppers and some onions. I am going to cut all of that up, and half of that I'm going to put, half of that chicken I'm going to throw in a bag so I can throw it in the freezer and save it for a later day. And then like I said, I'm just going to dice up all of that because we are going to be making fajitas. So I'm going to throw in a pan the chicken with some grass-fed butter. And then I am just going to stir that up. I'm going to throw in all these seasonings: salt, cayenne, chili powder, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, and cumin. This is so good, and another dish that is crazy easy. I mean, the worst part is just cutting everything up. But other than that, it's like smooth sailing and super easy. And I just threw about a teaspoon in of pretty much everything. The salt, I only threw a half a teaspoon in. The pepper, I only threw a half a teaspoon in. And the chili powder, I threw in about 2 teaspoons. Everything else was about a teaspoon. And this is so good. Like, if you like fajitas, you like peppers and everything else, this is the easiest way to do it. Just going to give that a stir, and then I am going to juice a half of a lime. And again, give it another quick stir. And then I just threw in all the vegetables that we cut up, which was a couple of peppers and a half of a red onion. And just stir that in, and then just let that cook down. And once your veggies soften up, then it is done. And I did not record this or take a picture until my family had already gotten into it. So that is like half eaten right there. Then last but definitely not least are the sour cream vanilla cupcakes. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the dry ingredients into this bowl, which is 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 cup of coconut flour, 1 cup of almond flour, and then we're also going to throw in there a 1/2 cup of your sweetener of choice. And then that was just 4 tablespoons of melted butter that I threw in there, as well as 1/4 cup of sour cream. And this is what's really going to keep the cupcakes moist. And then we're also going to throw in there 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Then this recipe does take 4 eggs, and again, this recipe will be in my How Did It Taste video. You're just going to give that a quick stir, and then I did line my cupcake pan with cupcake liners and I sprayed them. I filled them all up. I preheated my oven to 350 degrees. I had to cook these for about 25 minutes. The recipe says 20 to 25 minutes. But this recipe here will be in the description box below if you want to go down there and just click the link and try these for yourself. Then the icing, I just used the same icing that I used for the spice cake that I made last week, which I will link that in the description box below, that recipe. But it's just cream cheese, powdered swerve, a little bit of vanilla, and a little bit of heavy whipping cream. And it's seriously that simple, and it's delicious. And I did do this entire meal prep in the same day, but I stopped in the middle and went to the gym. That's why I'm wearing a pink shirt now, and just throwing that out there. But I mixed this up with my hand mixer, and then I just spread it on the cupcakes with a knife and made it easy for myself. And I can tell you that the icing is super good because, like I said, this is what I used last week on that spice cake. And the sour cream vanilla cupcakes, like I said, will be in the How Did It Taste video. But they look delicious and they smell delicious out of the oven as well. And if you notice, one is missing because here these days I can't seem to meal prep without having things disappear before I get my videos taken and my pictures taken. But I guess that's good because they're enjoying the food. All right, so that is the end of this week's meal prep video. I hope you guys found this inspirational and motivational to meal prep for yourself and your family. And definitely stay tuned for that How Did It Taste video so that way you guys can know what myself and my family thought of those vanilla cupcakes. They're actually sour cream vanilla cupcakes. And, you know, also hopefully this gave you ideas because keto is definitely not boring. I'm really finding out that if you're craving a certain food, you can pretty much almost keto-fy anything. But if you guys make any of these recipes, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram link down in the description box below. Give me a tag. Let me know what yourself and your family thought of these recipes. All right, I hope you guys have a great day. And if you could do me a favor and smash that like button, that really helps my videos out. And if you're not already subscribed, smash that button as well, because I would love to have you as part of the Simply Misty family. And if you subscribe, don't forget to tap that bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys. And don't forget to go out there and make today even better than yesterday. And I will talk to you in my next video. I just wanted to run this by everybody that is interested. Preferred Elements reached out to me yesterday and they said that they were going to be doing a sale on all of their products. It's a Halloween sale and it lasts all the way up until midnight on Halloween. So if you guys want to get this on sale and if you guys want to stock up on your Keto Collagen or Keto Electrolytes or any of your Preferred Element products, then now until midnight tonight, you can go into their website, use the code KETOBOO15. That's KEYTOBOO 15, and you're going to get 15% off of all of their products. Their products are already priced right for having flavored collagen or electrolytes or whatever, and then to add 15% on top of that, that is a screaming deal. So if you guys want to try it, or if you guys want to stock up, now's the time. But I don't know why you hit the but you don't realize I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when